talk over the knife front, right? Max, why is he so pivotal for Endpoint? He's the star player. He's the player of the most experience on this team, along with Imi. He's played for Infused. We played for Infused, came second at the penultimate I Series. But a player as well, I touched on it, was Luzza. If Luzza's having a good game, it really makes a big difference for Endpoint, especially on their CT side, because he likes to be all around the map. And then for FM, my player to watch is Stanley, right? Pulse and Weber are the stars of this team, Pulse especially, but you expect great things from them already. For me, it's Stanley, right? He's either at the top of the scoreboard or the bottom. If he has a good game, FM generally take the win. But going into the pistol, we're going to be seeing a 4-man push towards A. This is going to be a 2A main, 2 squeaky. Fast information play, trying to see if they can get the info and work off that.
Yeah, they've slowed it down, and it's such an important game for both of these teams. As I said, FM need to respond now to Fish 1-2-3, keep on level peggings for that game that they're going to face later next week. But for Endpoint, it's a must-win. If they lose even one of these maps, they cannot qualify for finals. But now we're going to see the burst onto this B site, and SEO is going to get absolutely destroyed by Nilzinho, and they can push on. They take control. Luzza is taking a very defensive approach onto this B site, and now the rotation is going to come through round from the rest of his team. Can Pete find anything from upper, though? At the moment, he's just trying to check, see if anyone is on that corner box. Mighty Max will find Pulse. Pulse obviously been such an impactful fraggle for the side, but Luzza comes through, finds straight through the smoke, as Luzza now's bursting onto the site. He's got support as well. This retake is going absolutely phenomenally. Weber is the last defender, does find Luzza, does find Mighty Max. Can he find any more? No, he can't. Pete takes him down, and there is a kit to work with as well from Endpoint. That's why they took their time, and it worked accordingly.
You're playing aggressive there, you're playing for information, and once you have it, you can then make the plays off of that. Ezio alone on the big bomb site, he falls. The problem is, FM, they use their smoke, they use their molly. Once that smoke fades and they have no utility, it's very hard for them to hold off of the push that Endpoint brought. Imi there, the flashbangs came in, the retake was very strong. PT with a nice 2 headshots there, and obviously the kit for Imi, just a bit of an overkill there. But still, going to be the force, actually the full eco there on FM. They got the bomb down, they're going to be buying into the next one. Endpoint actually buy up 4 UMPs. Typically, when the bomb goes down for the T's, you go for a lighter buy, but still, going to be a door burst here, and a flashbang from Weber.
Yep, this flashbang could be everything, but the Molotov does come down. Pete is blind, so Stanley will find the opening one, but Mighty Max comes in. He's got an M4 to work with, finds 2, finds 3, looks for 4. Can he get an ace? Should be able to finish this off, because Nilzinho is going to try and challenge him, but Luzza comes through and gets the 5th kill instead. So no ace today, but that's what they need to do, Endpoint. They will just shut down one of those quick eco rounds, but now FM have the chance to buy up.
Quite weird though, actually. You had Max playing retake towards A, playing car. You had PT playing on site. The problem is, if you're your CT setup and you're playing versus an anti-eco, you need to play together. Either both play retake or both play on the site, and that's what caught them off. But still, the buy comes in for FM. They have the bomb down in the pistol round. 5 set of rifles here. They could go for a boost mid and try and take the aim battles with the UMPs and the M4s. They know that there's no AWP on the Endpoint side, and they know there's no AWP on the T side. So actually, this aggression here might be a bit unwarranted.
Is he going to be spotted out by Stanley, or who will get the first peek? Who's going to budge first? You can see both of them are just waiting for someone to pop up. But Pulse is holding that angle. He knows full well that Endpoint could go for some aggression here with this boost. And he does spot out Luzza. Luzza gets shut down, and now FM have the decision. Where do they want to push? They can pick and choose. They will split Endpoint ever so slightly, now being down to just 4 CTs. See Imi, a little bit unsure of where he wants to go, waving his crosshair all around, or perhaps he's just trying to warm up his aim. I don't know. It seems like a little bit of a dodgy twitch to me, and now FM can have a boost up of their own.
Yep, as I mentioned before, boost up the AKs, take the aim battles here. You have the firepower advantage on the T side if you get the bomb down on the pistol. Just abuse it. You've got such strong aimers. Pulse, Stanley, Weber. These players are going to tear your head off if you make one mistake. Fry one playing close wide box. There's a flashbang as well if he wants to go peek towards A. But still, looking at the CT setup here from Endpoint, they're taking a gamble stack towards B. Imi falls towards A main, and that actually grants them the A bomb site. Maxi on the fast rotation. That's a really good smoke towards Highway, and that covers off the flank. Can he spray more players down?
Yeah, it does find one. Onto Stanley, needs to do more though. A lot to do. Obviously, the smoke on the Highway is going to be absolutely fantastic, so he'll push through it. But Frey manages to find Pete as well, so it is just SEO and Mighty Max for this retake. It's going to be extremely difficult. Mighty Max trying to do what he can on car, and SEO still in middle as well. So I'm not sure they're going to be able to go for a defuse here. It looks like they may even try and save these weapons. It's all down on SEO. He decides what he wants to do. He is continuing this aggression here, but I'm not sure it is going to be enough.
Yep.
It's extremely hard to retake in this situation.
The thing is, the money is low on the T side, so for them, if you're Ezio and Max, if you get 1 or 2 kills, it makes such a big difference for the FM side economy. But still, that's the thought process. That's why they got a little bit, apprehensive there. trying to see if they can find 1 or 2 kills as it makes such a big difference going into the next round. But still, two rifles saved. And the buy comes in again for Endpoint. If they lose this, they could be reset. Let's see now. Once the buy comes in and the rebought, does Lazar go for the AWP here? If he goes for the AWP, he knows he's not against another AWPer. That means he can play more aggressive. He can push B. He could push Squeaky and actually buys the AWP. Let's see. Does he get aggressive and take advantage of the fact he's not versus another AWPer? But still, 5 rifles inside of FM. That means we could be seeing a very similar round where they go for mid control, and exactly that, the star player Max does fall. Already, Imi and Co. are man down.
Yeah, crazy aggression coming out from Weber, having the confidence to peek that. Could have been an AWP that he was walking into. Fortunately, it wasn't. Lazar had headed his way to A site instead, and Lazar all season has done crazy things with the AWP, so this round is definitely still doable for Endpoint. It's going to be a question of where FM are going to decide to push here, though. Bomb's still obviously dropped, so they're not committing anywhere yet. S3 does spot out SEO just lurking around there.
How would you miss that?
In those vents, as you say, if the Molotov had gone into vents, that could have been a different story. Instead, his teammate's going to throw one in there instead, as Lazar is still holding this angle.
This is the thing right now. You have the AWP in play. You're a man down, and he's just holding a main. Now he's spotting towards highway. Imi going towards connector. Fry once holding the angle, though. This aim battle is so important. If they can retake control of mid as the CT side, and Willie Ford sprays down the player. If they have control of mid, that means they're all coming towards Lazar's AWP.
Yeah, Lazar with a great chance here. Finds one. Is he going to find a second coming out through Squeaky door? No, he can't. He whiffs ever so slightly. Pulse is going to get aggressive on him. Can he find Pulse as well? No, he can't. Pulse sprays through the box, but Imi's on the scene now. It's just down to SEO, though, coming through. He's on low HP, but so is Nilzinho. Bomb will go down. Such an important round for Endpoint. They really need to take this one. Who do you put your money on? It's going to be the man himself, SEO, and he's going to get the defuse as well as an AWP. So FM, despite early dominance, perhaps comes down to that important frag coming from Imi in middle.
It does indeed. You saw what happened. As soon as Fry 1 died towards White Box, they had control of mid, and that meant Lazar could re-peek towards A main. If Imi died there, and they know there's a player highway, that means Lazar has to watch highway, so he can't reface right side quad. It means he has to worry about the guy pushing up to his flank. He can't openly reface like he did, and actually Imi getting that kill and securing mid made a massive difference here. Force play coming up from FM. Can they reset the money on Endpoint?
It's a big question, and FM have to answer, to be honest. They don't want to fall too far behind Endpoint, especially after seeing that win coming through from Fish 1-2-3. The race well and truly is on towards finals. One of them might not make it, especially if XL can win their last 2 games. They are 2 games that should be winnable, as now you see the aggression, the sheer aggression coming out from Pete and Imi, but somehow Weber finds both of them, and his teammates are coming through as well. They'll find the player that was just trying to get aggressive towards Squeaky, and it's just Lazar and SEO left, and they're going to be asking the question of what happened, why did you get aggressive, why were you pushing A main like that? And yes, you're right, they should be saving here. Yep,
maybe play for exits, try and take a gun out of the hands of the T's, but still. The thing is, Endpoint made the right play, they didn't execute it properly, right? If you are the CT side on cash, if you lose mid, you have to take another portion of the map. You either take control of B main, Sunroom, or you take control of A main. The decision there was to take control of A, they flashed in, they made the right play. The problem is Weber can't be allowed to get a multi-kill there. He can't trade his teammate and then trade, you know, I think it was Imi who died as well the second there. He can't get both of those kills. Again though, Endpoint make the right strategic play, didn't execute it properly there. Stanley does fall, Lazar there with a exit frag. Nice little replay of that flick. Easy for Lazar. Very good mechanically. But still, 3-2. Money is in dire situations now for the CT side. You can see 1.8k and 1.4. They're going to have to force this one. And Lazar could potentially drop a UMP. Or they could, yeah. So Ezio chucks over a UMP. Lazar does the same. And we're going to be seeing the force buy here for Endpoint. If FM take this, they can fully reset the money on Endpoint. And I just checked on my phone. God sent 1.16.4 on cash versus Endpoint. So there wasn't really too much there shown, and everyone wants to boost Lazar apparently.
But perhaps they took something from that game against Godsend. Perhaps
exactly.
they've learned something that they can now push on through and use against FM eSports here. And as you said, FM still money to work with, still have the AK, still have utility as well. Imi's just currently burning. He does escape with his life, but he's going to be so low, he's going to have to retreat to Checkers, probably hiding behind the box. No, he's not. He's going to get taken down, and now SEO needs to do a lot of work. He's behind this smoke. He's got Lazar as a support who takes down Frey, and now SEO will get the spray down. He can't find Pulse somehow. Pulse wins that one. No right to do that. I expect better from SEO, to be honest. And now the frag's just coming here, there, and everywhere from FM eSports. Just Lazar on his lonesome. This would be incredible if he could do this. Finds one, does back off. Can he find any more is the real question, but he's worried someone's pushing from behind him. They're not behind you, my friend. That's 2 on your site, but now here comes the rotation. That's what he was worried about.
Well. They boosted Vent. The bomb is going towards mid. And that means an easy plant there for Stanley. And Luzza here trying to get exit frags and try and stay alive with his AWP. And try and bring it into the next round. Try and, you know, make a miracle play, make a massive play, and try and secure potentially a 4th round for Endpoint.
Now, how important is it for Luzza to survive here as well?
I mean, at the end of the day, their money's reset, so they can't reinvest another AWP. So yes, it's very important. The problem is they know exactly where he is.
And do you go hunting for FM? If you're FM now, do you take this off him? Do you just take it to him? The answer is yes. Nilsinho is going to get aggressive and take that one.
Can we take a look at the money, please, Observer? So yeah, you can see the money on the side of FM. You got a minus 3.5k because the bomb went down. But still, the money was quite weak for FM. That's why they were a bit tentative to go and push for the AWP. But still, they secure it. The fully cohere Endpoint have no AWP to play with. Luzza can't try and cause a miracle for his team. 3-3 is the scoreline. Nilsinho now picks up the AWP. And that's the thing, I mentioned the AWPer before, right, for FM. Weber can AWP, Pulse can AWP. Nilsinho is typically the AWPer for this team. He plays a very supportive style AWP and tries to set up his teammates, who are the star players, the star riflers like Pulse, like Stanley, to make big plays.
I love those flashes as well coming out from FM, knowing full well that Endpoint were going to get aggressive on their CT side to try and find something in this pistol round. But unfortunately, they weren't able to find a hope in hell, as FM have a welcome mat onto B site. They'll be able to put that one down. And Endpoint, obviously, they have no reason not to push in here and try and go for it, but it's going to be extremely difficult, of course, against 4 AKs and an AWP. So Endpoint now, in this situation, just probably have to be thinking about the next round and what they're going to be able to do to get back into this one.
Yep. And what do you do if you're Endpoint? You've gone for the push towards A, it hasn't worked out. Then again, if that happens again, I still think Endpoint made the right play. How often does Weber get a double headshot spray transfer? That's the question, right? And I was talking about the AWP from Nilsinho, and it's quite interesting how he AWPs. I compare it to how Smiths used to AWP on G2, now the coach of G2 obviously, but he plays the supportive style AWPer, he holds the angles, allows his teammates, the star rifles, to push up, supports them. Once they're in position, he flashes and he is the support player, but still. Weber has the mid spawn, trying to get aggressive. There's going to be Nilsinho holding towards... Actually, I think he went boost and actually got a bit aggressive.
Yeah, 2 early frags coming out from FM now, so Endpoint, they've got it all to do. Yeah, so just trying to find anything, nice sneaky angle just to the left of the smoke. I'm not sure you could actually see anything through it, to be honest, but you never know with these smokes. Sometimes they do just leave that ever so slight gap and you can pick up frags through them. And FM, it looks like they are going to just be biding their time, hoping that Endpoint are going to try and do something a little bit silly to get back into this round. As you said, you just want to try and regain as much control of the map, but it's got to be very tough when there's just 3 of you.
Yeah, the problem is they have control of mid. Actually, yeah, that is Immy towards one box. So they have control of mid. They know there's no one there. And these mollies towards B, this is going to force the stack. When you're 2-man down, you have to take risks. You have to try and stack the bomb site that you anticipate. The problem is, one Molotov causes the final rotate off A. And it's a free A bomb site for FM. We're looking like we're going to be seeing 5-3.
Yeah, Stanley just going to burst onto the side, but Pulse manages to pick the frag up onto Immy, and that is just going to leave Mighty Max and SEO. Once again, it seems like these boys are finding themselves rotating, and it's always, it seems to always be against 5 men or 4 men. They always seem to be at a disadvantage. Real struggle for them at the moment.
The problem is, right, if you're Endpoint and you give up early frags, it really does mess up your CT defense and how you structure and how you set up, because if you're 2 men down, you can't just play 1-on-1 and expect Ezio on B side to get 4 kills or 3 kills. You have to try and take risks and stack. That one molly there towards, Checkers sort of ruined it.
Ezio,
He's got to be landing those.
As soon as Ezio starts spraying down, I always want to say he finds something, but he hasn't found anything so far this game. They're going to go for the knife. Eventually, Frey says, no, actually, we should probably just go for the kill instead. So,
what can Endpoint do to change up the way they're playing their CT side? In my opinion, if they play more passive towards mid, give up mid, play more of an NIP, a Virtus Pro style of not Virtus Pro, sorry, more of an NIP Astralis CT side, where you give up mid, you contain the T plays in mid, and you force them to whittle down the clock. You don't give them openings. You can see what happens when Nilsinho, the AWP, is finding a kill towards mid, or Weber's going mid and peeking and finding kills. As soon as that happens, it really messes up the CT defense and splits everything up. But still, we're going to be seeing the Follica here from the side of Endpoint. This could be 6-3 unless a miracle happens. Max is so good with the CZ. Has armor as well. Who knows?
Yeah, they are getting aggressive. They have to do something, of course, in these rounds.
But
they're going to walk into Stanley, but as he picks out the Molotov, and Weber is still boosted up as well, so he spots out, but he can't find the frag. Mighty Max now comes through, gets it. That's going to be bombed down. That's going to be information. He's got a smoke to work with. And now Nilzinho dancing around in the smoke. Can't quite find anything just yet, as his teammate Frey is taking down Ezio and Luzza. And we've still got this battle going off in middle. Mighty Max eventually goes down, just leaving Imi with... Well, he's got a chance if he can find another frag, but he can't find it. Onto Nilzinho. If he could have picked that one up, that could have been very different, but... FM do get the 6th round on the board as expected.
Yep.
A little bit of damage done to the economy, but now we get to buy up for Endpoint.
Third buy. Third, full buy on both sides here of the first half. Let's take a look. 3-6 is the scoreline. FM, if they take this and reset the money again, this could be a 10-5, this could be 11-4. Endpoint, they need to readjust the way they're playing their CT side. What I'd like to see is more of a passive setup towards mid, contain them. But then again, you could just do the complete opposite and play very aggressive mid and try and catch the T's off guard. But it's looking like, as I said, they are playing more passive. They're making the read that I wanted to see. They're not giving any entries towards the middle portion of the map.
Look at this position from Luzza. Is he going to spot them out? He gets flashed off. So Frey will find his way, and they will get control of A main once again. So despite the fact Luzza took an aggressive angle, he couldn't find anything. You've spotted something.
The fact that he shows up towards A means that Nilzinho can find a pick towards mid or find a pick towards B. You can see right now he's on boost. He knows that there's no opposition towards mid.
Stanley has found his way into middle as well. Mighty Max just up on rafters, up on heaven. Luzza takes down Weber. And now Mighty Max probably doesn't need to be keeping check of Squeaky in case he's worried. Two players are looking through, and the smoke comes through, so great use of utility here from Endpoint, just slowing everything down for FM. They take a man away from them, and they make them think again as what they're going to be doing here.
Finally, when they don't give up portions of the map towards mid or openings towards mid, they find openings themselves. Luzza there with a nice readjust, holding in main, goes towards Squeaky. Pulse there. And Stanley going towards Vent. This is looking like a B split potentially. The player that is number 9, that is Fry1, has a molly in the smoke. Could have maybe potentially thrown a fake, but instead he's going to be thumpering towards B. Let's see. Ezio to one behind back boxes. There's no way they anticipate this.
Yeah, can I see you get straight down onto both of them? I can't actually find one of them. Pulse, disgusting kill onto Ezio. I've got to ask questions of the man. He should have got that, but Imi's doing work here. Nilzinho finds one, and Mighty Max now comes in, chimes in with one of his own, just leaving Frey on his own, and Frey finds him through smoke. Can he do the unthinkable? Can he finish this 1 versus 3 that he found himself in? Will actually grenade himself, and now he's going to be sprayed down by Pete. And despite a little bit of a whiff from SEO, the round still comes through in favour of Endpoint.
They made the right readjustment on their CT side. They gave up mid. They contained... This is the thing, right? Fry1 in mid, he's useless. No one's peeking him. He's not peeking towards A. He just winds down the clock, and the problem is when there's no entries for the T side, it funnels you into a choke point, and that choke point then was B. Ezio could have easily had a 2-man spray down, the round could have been very clean. The fact it was a 1 versus 2 means the money is still quite low for Endpoint.
See aggression now coming out once again from Endpoint, just trying to get control as much as they want, but Frey comes in and finds Mighty Max escaping from Squeaky. And Luzza now with the orb has so much to do as well. But this is just crazy stuff coming out from Endpoint. They're trying to get aggressive, but they're just giving up portions of the map and allowing FM to come in with those frags. As you said, it wasn't smoked off, as now Pulse finds Imi as well, getting aggressive. Frey picks up SEO, and it's all crumbling apart. As soon as it was looking good for Endpoint, suddenly they're on the back foot again.
When you go for that squeaky push, you need to smoke A main so you can't be refragged instantly. And PT, when you're 3-man down, you've got to take a risk, right? He thinks it's A. The T's have found 2 entries towards A. Instead, FM, they've read the situation. They know what's going on. They know that the CTs have to readjust how they're playing. And let's just say they make the correct call there. They know that PT is going to leave B and go towards A or towards mid. And actually, they're boosting towards Vent. Their money is so strong right now. They want to take the guns and the AWP out of Luzza and the rifle out of PT's hands.
Yeah, and how much does that knock your confidence if you're Endpoint as well? After such a successful round to then for it all to go to waste. But big chance for Pete actually to make a big difference. Finds the first, looks for the second as well. Can he get it? No.
Yeah,
he does. Yeah, he does. But Weber comes in to get the trade, leaving Luzza here in a 1 versus 3. Needs to survive with this AWP, really, if he wants to make an influence in the next round. How badly do FM want to take him down is the real question. As Luzza finds one, can't find the second. FM wanted him badly is the answer.
So, Luzza's holding that angle towards A main. And the problem is, because of the way it is when you're quad, you don't actually see... Okay, so Squeaky is more further pushed up.
Yep.
So the angle in A main, mathematics here. But what I'm saying is... Oh, we actually got pause here. But still. Angle there isn't quite where the AWP was lined up. That meant that Max got traded unnecessarily. He shouldn't have died there. If you smoke A main, you play it safer, you take control of Squeaky, You know there's a player there, but still, if you have control of Squeaky, it's much harder for the T's to take and rush A, because they can be shot in the side of the head. Suddenly there's Squeaky, there's Forklift, that's a crossfire, also the A bomb side.
And I mean, are Endpoint doing the right things? They're showing aggression on their CT side. They're trying to take these different parts of the map, but it seems like every time they go for it, they're being punished for it.
I mean, the first time it happened where Weber got the spray transfer headshot, fair play, that's unlucky for Endpoint. I still think if that happens again and they make the same play, I still think Imi does get that trade kill. So that's what, A main push. They tried Squeaky, the problem is they didn't smoke A main, so that's quite sloppy play there. Or maybe they anticipated Luz to be holding a different angle, maybe towards MBK, where you can actually see the angle. Let's try to think. They haven't pushed B yet, so maybe that could be the slight adjustment they make. The problem is, the T's, they're holding towards B. They're playing aggressive towards mid, and they're holding towards A, so the only place you can really get aggressive properly is a good pop flash towards B, but it's very, very risky.
And it's been pretty solid play coming out from FM, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean, they've countered Endpoint's aggression well.
The reads
they've been executing well, so more of the same, I think, from FM. I'm imagining that this is going to be a tactical pause coming out from Endpoint. We're just going to discuss what's really going on, how are they going to press on, what can they change here. It seems like they've changed different ideas, they've changed positions, and nothing's working at the moment. So what would you do?
I'm just looking at the money right now. So 2.2, 1.6. They're going to have... This is the problem, right? If they save here, you're going to have a UMP on 2 players or a FAMAS and lack of utility there. And then you're going to have 3 rifles and, what, a flashbang. That's it. Or maybe 1 smoke grenade. But what's that going to do? FM, they're already playing quite slow. That 15, 17-second smoke isn't going to do anything in a 1 minute 55 round. You need multiple smokes. You need high utility. I expect potentially P250s in this round. Double save. Make it go to 9-4 and try play for 9-6 based off that.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I mean, what in this position now for
9-6, yeah.
For FM, they're obviously 7-4 up. What would they be unhappy with? Because they'd expect now to push on to maybe at least 10 rounds, right?
Endpoint won the pistol, so the fact this is already 7-4, I think they're very happy as it is. They're in a very commanding lead. They know they just reset the money for Endpoint. As long as they play this round strategic, slow pace, don't get overly aggressive when you don't need to, they know that they can take this round in the bag. Instantly, that's 8-4, and you've already won the half. The worst possible scenario here would be an 8-7 scoreline for FM. And that's on your T side, so far, great play, and I mentioned before, actually, they are buying into this far more than expected. This means a lack of utility going into the next buy round. Yeah,
they picking up the Deagles. Can they do anything with them? We spoke about we haven't seen much aggression coming out on the B side, but we saw S-Series edging his way round. Is he going to find anyone? Is really the question. He's actually backed off now, so S-Series instead is going to take an angle into vents in case anyone pushes through, but Stanley's found Mighty Max, so now perhaps that's information they have gathered.
Yep.
And Endpoint they've kind of stacked themselves they haven't stacked out of sight, they've tried to position themselves in a default, and as soon as they go for the boost, they walk into fray, easy pickings for him, and it's just one of those rounds for Endpoint, really.
Ooh, that's a nice shot there from Luzza. Can he get any more? They're trying to take matters into his own hands. The problem is here, FM's money is so high right now, even if Luzza gets another kill here, the money is still so strong and heavily favoured in the hands of the T's.
Yeah.
So, 8-4. Can Luzza save the AK? If he does, that means more utility on one of the players. That means you can give more nades for the players playing towards mid. Imi can potentially be dropped a gun. That way, a teammate can draw... Is he going to lose a spray battle to a back 10?
Probably not most on Twitch, if there wasn't someone else to help out.
Yeah, I think he still wins that, yeah. But still, 8-4, nothing saved, and the full eco, this is the one that hurts. It's going to get to 9-4. And I mentioned before, FM here, Endpoint, their goal is to make this 9-6, and from there try win the T-pistol, and do the same what FM have done to them, right? If it goes to 9-9, very, very winnable. You know, you do generally favour the T side on cash nowadays because it's so easy to take control of the map. It's so easy to find picks towards Squeaky, towards a main, towards boost and mid. And as the Ts, once your utility dwindles down and you bleed out your economy, your utility, things get very dire.
I'd really like to see a little bit more variety coming out from Endpoint in these rounds, especially when they have nothing to lose. They've been playing it very default, like by rounds. We've not seen any stacks, any like 4-man pushes through middle or even through B site, and it's been easy pickings for FM. I mean, even the last round, Endpoint, when they managed to buy up those Deagles, they still didn't do anything crazy. Yes, okay, they tried to boost into vents, but they just got punished for doing that.
So typically when you go for risky plays like that, it's actually the complete opposite. It's the team that's heavily favoured. So when it was Gambit versus VP, when it was, I believe, 12-6 or 12-7, Gambit heavily in the lead, they actually started 4-man stacking bomb sites. The reason being is, it's a 50-50 chance they go to this bomb site. If they go, you've got 4 players here, you win. If not, it's fine. You save those guns. You've still got 6 more rounds to give up. So generally speaking, you take risks when you have the opportunity to. But still, Neozino trying to get the opening towards mid, he will not be granted that. Actually, it's Max opening now instead of Lazar. Maybe Endpoint aren't happy with how he's playing it, or maybe they want something different. Maybe they want Lazar to play a different role on the CT side.
Yeah, that call has come through from Endpoint now, but once again, FM get the opening pick, and Endpoint find themselves a man down. It's happened pretty much, well, all these rounds that have been so easy for FM, it's because they've had that man advantage, been able to pick and choose as to which site they'd like to go for. Lazar, as we see, doesn't have that AWP anymore. Instead, he's just trying to rattle anyone down in case they are on boost, as it is smoked off. But it looks like FM, they are changing their mind. The bomb is currently in middle, so they're not going aggressively towards any site as Neozino finds Lazar bobbing up above white box there, and now this should be an easy round from FM. They can just take control of whichever site they want, to be honest.
Once again, though, it's going to be Imi dueling Stanley in mid. If he can take control of mid, this could mean Max only has to hold one angle. The problem is, if a player comes out squeaky, he won't be able to hold the angle. He needs to land these shots. They have... Oh, they don't have any flashes, okay.
Does eventually find him though, but Stanley comes through from the smoke, leaving Imi on his own in a 1 versus 3. Can he do the unthinkable, or is he going to be taken down? Weber did face him, but his teammates were facing alongside, and it's going to be 10-4 now, last round of the half.
No flashes, but whiff shots there on the CT side, on the AWP there, on the CT AWP on Max. So 4-10. Same versus Godsent. They got 4 rounds. Hopefully they don't repeat that here. Hopefully they get this 5th one. And from that point forward, they can get momentum on their T side, try and break the money of the CTs and do the same back to them, what FM have done to them. Problem is, the way that FM play, they play slow, they play strategic, but the thing is they have the firepower to back it up. And in the mid-rounds, these headshots from players like Pulse, the way that Fry1 and Weber are playing as the forward players, you know, it's so hard for Endpoint to get anything done.
See in middle, Imi has taken such an aggressive angle, hasn't been able to find anyone just yet. Lazar's there as well. Look at this cross that they're setting up, but once again, opening frag now coming from Pulse. Obviously, not much to work with on these Endpoint boys as Stanley finds Pete as well. And now they're going to push through, finds Lazar. This is just so easy for them. Obviously, there's no M4s that they've got to face off against. They're just against pistols and UMPs, and now they can push it onto this A site easily as SEO is going to be the first point of defense, but is he going to be able to do anything is the real question. He's just going to be flashed off. Utility still to work with. Can't even find the opening onto Weber. As Weber finds 2, it is going to be 11-4. It's been a dominant show from FM, and Endpoint, they've really struggled, to be honest.
The front line of FM is Weber and Pulse, right? The problem is, you can see there, and Fry1 as well, right? You can see there just the raw skill and the headshot aim and the entries and the pure firepower they have. If you're holding an angle like that on default, you're just going to get head ripped off. This is the problem if you are Endpoint. You need to have counter flashes, you need counter nades, but because you keep forcing, you're buying armor, you're not doing the full saves, there's no utility. And this means FM, they play slow, wait for the middle portion of the round, and they find picks. That's exactly what happened.
And can we even... Is this already game over? Or,
no.
Or do you think Endpoint can get back into this?
Endpoint 1 pistol, and somehow, some way it's 11-4. But if they can win both pistols, I mean... Generally, when a team wins both pistols in the best of 1, you heavily favour them.
Yeah.
Just because, as long as you don't lose your anti-eco, it's instantly right there. That's, what, 6 rounds? Problem is, FM, on their CT side pistol, are they going to let it slip? I don't know.
But another problem for Endpoint is, actually, I mean, like, statistically, Endpoint have won a lot of their pistols throughout the Premiership, but they have thrown away those anti-eco rounds that you speak of, and that's been a real downfall for Endpoint.
I mean... They won the anti-eco on the first pistol, so 2 of their rounds were based off the pistol and when they're versus the full eco. So they've only won 2 rifle rounds. Let's see if they can take the pistol. Yeah,
Pete gets the opening frag. He's going to look for more now. Neozino going to be the only defender left. No, he's not. Stanley's already joined him, but he's going to be smoked off. Pulse now comes to play ball as well. What? Pete gets a second, finds a third. Stanley does take down SEO, but Pete's just running a rampage as well. He's got a 3K already. Is he going to look for more? As Mighty Max eventually puts the bomb down, but they've already found their way onto the site. Pete finds the 4th. Is he going to go for the race? For the ace. The race ace is what he's going to go for. He has got support from Imi as well. He doesn't need to rush this. Needs to just stay calm, work with his teammate. The ace isn't important. The round is more important. He will find it though. Pete gets the ace. Incredible stuff from him. He's the newest player from Endpoint, and perhaps this is what they needed to get back into the game.
Pete is such an interesting player, okay? There's so many things that people don't know about PT. He's played for August, he's played for eSports as a pro player, played for Mouse Sports, NTW, of some of the pro players you see now in the NA scene, and the European scene. And, I mean, in real life he's very successful, runs his own business. Very, very successful with that. Actually employs some of the former teammates he had in Source, so trust me, he's not going to be stressed out and panicking over a simple best of 2 online.
And Pulse does manage to find the bomb, though. Can't find the second one. It would have been huge if he had, but SU does clean him up, and now the bomb can start to find its way onto the site and put it down. There's a lot to do from FM, but they do have Deagles to work with. Can they do any real damage, though, against these UMPs? Such confidence coming out from Endpoint as well, just bursting onto that B site. Often you see in these rounds, people...
Oh dear, I like that.
Maybe just
They've
playing
done better than
homage.
what they did versus Concept, right?
Playing homage to their loss earlier.
Yep.
As it is 3 versus 3. Weber has been smoked off. Weber's done disgusting things so far in the season. Can he make a big difference? Time slowly ticking away, though. They need to make a move soon if they're going to go for the retake. SEO is weak, has found 2 already, but it looks like FM are more likely to just try and find exit frags here.
Yep, pivotal that Endpoint won that pistol round. As you can see already, they're going to get to 6, and already, it's just, what, a 5-round difference? And now the Felica comes up for FM, which means we're going to be seeing 7-11 potentially, unless something crazy happens here, maybe with the saved Deagles and CZs and Armor, but who knows.
Yeah, these are the rounds that Endpoint need to win.
100%.
A couple of weeks ago on Cobblestone, Endpoint threw away these
Infused.
rounds.
I remember.
Far too
I watched
much.
that VOD back.
It's something that really disappointed me, and I expect more from a team of Endpoint's class. So hopefully they're a bit more well drilled. They've got Pete now rather than Hudgy, of course, so it has changed up, and we saw Pete's impact in that pistol round. So I'd like to see more of the same now as Endpoint push on. Are they going to go for that aggression onto B? And Stanley just pushing through smoke, and he will find SU as well. Does he find the gun is the real question. If he can pick that up, he might be able to make a massive impact. He is still alive somehow because of all the smokes. He was able to survive. Flashes out. Can he find it? He finds the AK. Can't find Mighty Max. Would have been huge if he could, but the UMP from Mighty Max is too strong in the end, and they are going to make their way onto the site here.
Still, though, the retake towards B. B site cache is one of the hardest sites to retake when the T's have utility. You smoke off CT, you smoke off Heaven, and you just funneled through as the CT's through those tight choke points. It's so difficult to retake. But still, no armor. Just, well, Fry 1 with the armor and the Deagle. Armor and a dream. Fry 1 finds the first. One-man advantage is possible.
It's definitely possible. Looks onto headshot as well. Does tag down Luzza ever so slightly, but can't find the lethal bullet. His teammates will come through, so Pulse finds one. He has got a UMP as well now. Can he find Pete? If he can find Pete, it's huge, but no, Pete turns around and continues the crazy stuff that he's been doing earlier. It's Mighty Max versus Frey. Is Mighty Max to be able to find him? No, Frey does!
Does
he's going to stick it. Does he have time? This is going to be so close. I think he does have time, to be honest. And out of nowhere, FM pull it out. I said Endpoint shouldn't be throwing these rounds away, and now that might just be the nail in the coffin for them, to be honest.
I said Fry 1 has armor and a dream, and right there finds the first Deagle kill, picks up the AK, finds the following second one to close it out. I thought PT secured that round with that nice 2K. Well, you can't let those rounds slip if you're Endpoint. You have the B-bomb site, you're 4 versus 4, you have the site, you're versus non-armored opponents, and somehow they get into the bomb site and find refrags? Very, very questionable, but still, Luz with the AWP. And an AK on Mighty Max UMPs as well. But look at this. Fry 1 and Weber. The front line of FM is just too strong for Endpoint to hold back. Imi now trying to find an opening towards A. Stanley, simple spray down there for him.
And this has been the story of Endpoint's season, to be honest. It just seems like they let everything slip away. Everything just falls out of their grasp.
They lose to themselves.
It's crazy considering the potential that this team has.
Exactly.
This is their Premiership season going down the drain. If they lose this map, there is no way that they can qualify. So it's going to be a hard one for them to take. They're definitely not out of it just yet, but they have a lot of work to do. And if they can't even win against, well, just eco rounds, then I'm really struggling to see where the light is going to come from Endpoint here.
So, Endpoint 16, they wish. 6-13 down right now. Luzza, 15 HP, very easy to fall. The problem is, though, for Endpoint, they don't want to lose any rifles as the money is low as well. Observer, can we take a look at the cash, please? Thank you.
Like that. He was already there.
He's on the ball tonight, lads. So, 400, 600, 400. You can see why they do not want to lose rifles here. Their money is low, and so is Endpoint's. And Weber does push. You saw Fry 1 had enough for one gun to be reinvested into. That's why one player searched, and the rest of them just played passive, because they know exactly what to do in that scenario. They don't not panic, what's what I'm looking for? Get greedy, they want frags on the scoreboard. But anyway, 6-13, full buy here, full set of rifles versus the unarmored opponent of Endpoint. This is very, very likely to be 14-6.
And these are the hard rounds for Endpoint now. What do you do in this situation? Like, you've got nothing absolutely nothing, just pistols to work with. You've got to try and burst out, try and surprise your opponent.
There's
But
no
when you're
AWP
walking into utility, you're walking into AKs. There's nothing you can do. A 4K from Frey there, and, well, Endpoint, they really need to turn up in this next round. This is their chance. This is their final chance.
Typically, when you see that squeaky burst, it's versus an AWP or quad. The problem is, the player that reinvested and died actually bought an M4 instead. I mentioned the 5 rifles. The reason there's no AWP is because why take the risk? Don't buy the AWP. You know your versus an eco. Just have the rifle and an easy spray down, easy kills. If there's an AWP on the other side there, it could have been very different. But still, 6-4, the buy here, no AWP on the side of Endpoint. This means they could play fast, and already we're going to be seeing a fast play from FM as they take control of A main. And this is so pivotal because already the boost from Mobile, they're not anticipating this.
Look at the confidence coming out from FM, just pushing here, there, and everywhere. They want to get this game over and done with. They want to put Endpoint to bed nice and early and propel themselves closer to that final. Imi does pick up one onto Weber, though, so they are slightly back into this round. Mighty Max just here on Squeaky. Did he hear Frey walk past in there? Probably not.
Does now.
Endpoint, yeah, now Mighty Max will know full well where he is, but he is just biding his time and waiting as that bomb, you can see, is there in middle.
Mid is in the favour of the CTs. This means they know exactly what's coming. The push towards A. Imi flashes through the smoke, but there's no one close. They know exactly where they are. Stanley pushing towards the site. Fry 1 and Stanley, can they hold this off?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for them. Are they going to be able to do so? No one's picking out a Squeaky just yet, so you can see Stanley just here. Just find one onto Imi. Really important because that's the bomb gone down. Can he find a second? No. SEO takes him down, finds a second onto him, and now Pulse comes in. Chimes in with one of his own, taking down Luzzer. It's a 2-on-2, and Pulse on forklift, trying to survive where he can, trying to hit shots. He finds one onto SEO into Squeaky, and now is he going to get aggressive? He drops, he finds an AK instead. Neilzinho should come and assist him. This should be an easy round for FM eSports now. This is so difficult for Mighty Max. But if anyone can do it, it could be Mighty Max, but no, Pulse too strong. And that is going to be GG, to be honest.
They pause at 15-6. At this point, if you're Endpoint, do you really just want to get this one over? Oh, actually, there's a technical issues. My bad there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, but still. FM, you saw the counter flashes there. They weren't peeking from sight unnecessarily. They weren't just dry peeking into the T's that were holding the angles towards quad and default. Instead, they got flashes from the teammates, and they peeked with flashes. It's something we didn't see from Imperial. We do not see anything close to that from them, and that's what I'm looking for from these salaried. Well, FM aren't salaried, but from these organized, professional teams. I want to be seeing
Shots fired.
Good plays. No, it's not shots fired. It's just you're not professional if you're not full time.
Of course, yeah. And
semi-pro teams.
Semi-pro is a better way to put it. And the thing is now for Endpoint. Okay, so their back's against the wall. It's obviously 6 to
Let's
15.
be real, this game's over. You can end
it's over,
here, yeah.
but I mean, they've got very little money to work with. If you are in this situation, you're never going to give up. We're not going to see Endpoint give
Don't
this
know about that one.
I'd like to think not, anyway. I'd like to think they'd still go for it. Let's say, in a crazy world, they haven't given up. Yep. What on earth can they try? Because it seems like they've tried everything, and I expect more from Endpoint.
They 4-bought into the last round, which means they can have very, very bad firepower. We're talking Tech-9s, Deagles, lack of utility. I mean, you could go for a B play, smoke B main, or wait for the CT to smoke B, do a burst play, so you have 4 players get close to the smoke, have probably Imi, throw a flashbang through the smoke, burst and swarm the B bomb site, get close, use your Tech-9 to your advantage. Conversely, you can do the same towards A, smoke in A main, do the exact same, have a player back A main, pop flash 4 players that go through the smoke and try burst. With a lack of firepower, a lack of an AWP, AKs, you can't really play the slow defaults, because if you play a slow default and you're going for those one-on-one duels, you know, Tech-9 versus the AK of Fry 1 or Weber, you know, you're just going to get your head clean taken off, so
it is probably game over. So
probably.
Let's look.
Who knows, maybe.
Yeah, it's over. Let's look to the next game then. Let's say that it is going to be a victory for FM, quite likely.
Yeah.
What's the veto process for Endpoint? Where can they even go from this point? Because morale is not going to be high.
Well, initially, I thought we were going to be seeing Cobblestone. And that's what I was anticipating to see. FM, they're very good on Cobble. Well, on the previous lineup with Robin and Jenko, they were very, very good on Cobblestone. With this new addition here, Fry 1 filling in for Jenko, it depends really, right? Is their Cobblestone the same? When you have Robin on Cobblestone, I've already mentioned this a billion times, it makes a massive difference. Maybe that might hurt them on their confidence on Cobble. But still, if you're FM, you've won the veto, right? You know Endpoint want Cobblestone. At the last minute, you ban it, and you put them on cash. Maybe they weren't expecting it, but who knows? Maybe Imi just wanted practice on this map. I don't know. Still though, the buy, as I mentioned before, Tech-9s and so, it's looking like they will be doing that burst play towards B. Stack up towards B, go for the B contact, stack up close to smoke and flash through. That's the right play in my eyes. You got a player playing their close checkers. That will be Pulse. Can he hold this attack off?
It's the real question. Are the stars going to align? Can Endpoint possibly find their way back into this game? It's not very likely, but we'll be hopeful anyway as Pulse just bursts out of vents, finds Imi, and perhaps that is going to be the final straw here for Endpoint. If they do find their way onto the B site, SEO finds a frag, Mighty Max gets one as well, but Pulse and Weber come in now, leaving SEO on his own, does have an AWP, but is not going to be able to hit that shot. It's so difficult here for now, because he's going to be challenged from every single angle, and this is going to be
They're going for a knife?
Game, set, and match.
That's a
Finish
statement. That is a statement.
Finish it off with knife.